Welcome back to the Crypto's Key conversation. I got a lot I need to get throughout this video, so we're going to quickly jump into CoinGecko here. We're currently sitting at a $2.08 trillion market cap, currently at 1% for the day. Looking at the top 10, Bitcoin sitting at 44,099, Ethereum sitting at 3,143, Tether is Tether, Binance Coin sitting at 428, XRP sitting at 84 cents. Cardano sitting at $1.09, Solana sitting at 102, Avalanche is sitting at $96, and Terra is sitting at $56. Looking at the top gainer 24-hour period, we have Neo and Theta Fuel. Neo's up 12.6%, Theta Fuel's up 7.3%, and so on. Coming over here to the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, we're currently sitting at a 51. So we're obviously out of the fear and extreme fear range, which is a lot of positivity, it's a lot more optimism, but there's still a lot of uncertainty within the market. But it's so good to see that we are in this neutral range. So the community sentiment in our market is kind of divided at the time. So coming over here to CNBC, as we can see, the NASDAQ is barely down, the S&P 500 is barely up. Looking at crypto here, we have some green and some red. So really not much has changed. Some positives, the CDC wants to give people a break from wearing masks as pandemic improves, director says. So just articles and stuff that comes out like this when it comes to data, especially with the pandemic stuff, this is just, it induces a lot more positivity in our economic and our everyday lives. So just one of the key points I wanted to bring up with this one says the CDC currently recommends that people wear masks indoors, public places, regardless of their vaccination status, if they live in an area with high viral transmission. So just some positives that can kind of help the space out. One of the big topics of this video, though, is kind of what's happening with this Canadian Federal Police stuff, this FinTrack stuff. So obviously in our past videos from yesterday, we covered a lot about it, but we're going to quickly touch on what's going on as of now. So it's from Dennis Porter, says breaking. Canadian Federal Police called for FinTrack to block over 30 plus Bitcoin wallets from transacting with major financial institutions. So we were talking about how this trucker blockade stuff, them getting the crowdfunding going on to support their cause, and then the Canadian government kind of coming in and kind of squashing, all the contributions that went into that collective fund, and now they're trying to find other ways within the digital asset space, the crypto space, that's kind of stopped, the funding, the crowdfunding of these truckers and what's going on. And all the Canadian government is doing is literally they're just pushing their people, further into the crypto space, which is positive for us. It's positive for Bitcoin because it can't be stopped. We talked about in our video yesterday, blockchain and crypto can't be stopped. So coming over here, it says Canadian Federal Police blacklist truckers' Bitcoin addresses. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police has ordered regulated financial firms to cease interacting with Bitcoin addresses allegedly connected to the Freedom Convoy. So just looking at this right here, it says the document then lists 29 Bitcoin addresses that have transacted up to 1 million worth of Bitcoin. So looking over here, here goes the statement. This is from Rebel News. This is the statement that kind of brought out this uproar, and this community has been driving this narrative of like, that's why we're in crypto and that's why we're in Bitcoin, because of stuff like this, because you can't stop it. Just like you can freeze our banks and you can freeze our access to certain funds in a centralized manner, but when it comes to the crypto space, you can't stop it. So let's take a listen in.
The government is issuing an order with immediate effect under the Emergencies Act, authorizing Canadian financial institutions to temporarily cease providing financial services where the institution suspects that an account is being used to further the illegal blockades and occupations. This order covers both personal and corporate accounts. Third, we are directing Canadian financial institutions to review their relationships with anyone involved in the illegal blockades and report to the RCMP or CSIS. As of today, a bank or other financial service provider will be able to immediately freeze or suspend an account without a court order.
So all you're doing is going to be pushing, your citizens and more people into the digital asset crypto space, because that's what it's here for. You can't stop it. You can try to regulate it, but you can't stop it. Coming over here, got some positivities coming within the space. It says breaking. This is from Bitcoin Archive. Breaking: Colorado will accept Bitcoin for tax payments this year. So I don't know who's planning on paying their taxes in their digital assets and their Bitcoin. But just having the option there is some positivities, a little bit of adoption there, which is huge. Another one here, from Bitcoin Magazine, it says, former Russian Minister of Finance, banning Bitcoin would be like banning the internet. Yeah, good luck. You may be able to shut somebody's internet off, but they could just use their friend's internet or utilize a decentralized VPN to get on, whatever the case is. So good luck trying to stop it. We know it can't be stopped. Some more positives here. Says this from Blockworks. Jack Dorsey, we are building a Bitcoin wallet miner in exchange to give back to the community. Absolutely massive. Right here, this is from Blockworks as well. Breaking: Twitter adds Ethereum wallet to its tipping feature. Huge, and this is from CoinDesk. That's absolutely huge. And this is a big one. So obviously, for us that's been in this space, we know that Warren Buffett had massive reservations against Bitcoin and digital assets or crypto space in general. So the fact that now he and his assets are his net worth and stuff is starting to dip into the crypto space is absolutely massive. And yes, he's doing it through Nubank. So right here it says Warren Buffett invests $1 billion in Bitcoin-friendly neobank, dumps Visa and MasterCard stocks. So this is huge. It says Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway dumped a portion of its Visa and MasterCard holdings and increased exposure in Nubank, the largest fintech bank in Brazil that's also popular among the country's Bitcoin investors. So a little bit of writing on the wall, and you got the great Warren Buffett kind of jumping in. That's absolutely massive. Coming over here, JP Morgan bets metaverse is a trillion yearly opportunity as it becomes the first bank to open in virtual world, which is huge. We've been talking about metaverse. That's been a huge topic of discussion within the crypto space, YouTube, and a lot of like the NFT stuff, crypto game stuff, all that stuff starting to go mainstream, and it's a huge user base. So people are seeing the value in what can be made within this metaverse. This virtual reality, or the second life as they call it, is absolutely massive. Coming over here, it says this is from CoinDesk. Says JP Morgan is the first bank to enter the metaverse, looks at business opportunities. The Wall Street Bank has opened a lounge in blockchain-based Decentraland. We covered this in our past video, and this is just more positivity, optimism, and adoption. And people that value JP Morgan and even people like Warren Buffett, they value that. They see that these people are getting involved within the crypto space, whether it be metaverse, NFTs, whatever the case is. They see that they gain more positivity and optimism, and they gain a little bit more faith within our space, and then they kind of start venturing in and kind of getting their feet wet and kind of getting a feel for how things work within the space. And as they get more comfortable, then they jump in the deep end with us, and there we go. There goes massive adoption. There's more money within our community, and then there goes the growth of the crypto space, which is huge. Coming over here, YouTube is hiring an executive to lead Web3 strategy. So obviously we know YouTube is a huge video platform. A lot of views, a lot of people utilizing this platform. So they're seeing the value in Web3, and they're trying to make sure they're staying ahead of things, which is huge. Coming over here, Polygon is getting a new NFT content platform. Seer Network is aiming to decentralize content and empower creators with NFTs. That's huge. We like to hear decentralize and empower creators. That's absolutely massive. Because obviously you have YouTube is a great platform, but a fat percentage of those so-called ad revenue that these creators are rightfully should be getting, a lot of it's going to YouTube, and they get a small allocation about it. Obviously, there's other ways to monetize your channel, whether it's a crypto channel, a fitness channel, whatever the case is. But the fact that you're looking to empower the creators is absolutely massive. We love to see stuff like that. So the key takeaways is Polygon is getting a new NFT-based content product via Seer Network. DaVinci will enable creators to mint NFTs that unlock exclusive content for fans. The NFTs will be hosted on Seer infrastructure, offering decentralized data cloud. Absolutely massive. This is huge right here. This is from Blockworks. It says Walmart board director, crypto's potential is huge, and its use cases go beyond the financial sphere. I mean, we all, for us that's been here, we know that the crypto space has several sectors. It's not just about, just finance and stuff. There you have NFTs, metaverse stuff, crypto gaming. You have, DeFi and so much more within the space. This space has truly changed a lot of lives. It makes things, it's made our lives more efficient in certain ways. And there's so much use case and utility within the space. And we see the writing on the wall. We see where our future is headed. And the digital asset crypto space is the future. I wanted to end on this because we talk a lot about metaverse. Now, if you bring up metaverse, a second life, or a virtual world, you definitely, Disney is in that conversation. So for Disney, they're saying Disney readies metaverse push as CEO calls it a next great storytelling frontier. So out of any player in the industry, if anyone can crush the metaverse, you would definitely assume that Disney would be there, to create this alternative reality that you can just jump in and, kind of disregard, if you like to disregard your, your real world persona, and then jump into an avatar and explore, a whole new realm and a whole new world, and be this totally different person if you like to, and just have a different perspective of life and fulfillment and enjoyment. Disney can offer that. So that's absolutely huge. It says Disney has promoted an executive to lead its metaverse efforts. And the CEO said he's been blown away by the firm's work so far. Huge. This is absolutely massive. There's so much happening within the space. Even though we've been in this fear and extreme fear range, now we're, dabbling into this neutral range. We have, pandemic stuff, inflation going on. You have geopolitical issues. You have Russia threatening to invade Ukraine. Just a lot of economic uncertainty. There's just so much negatives happening, right? Which is overclouding all the positives that's happening within our space. We are so early. Adoption is happening day by day. The domino tiles have already started falling. You can't stop this train. Blockchain, crypto can't be stopped. It's either you get on board or you get blockbustered. We're so early to the party. With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.